Now, following Donald Trump's disparaging comments about the squad on Twitter and subsequent chants of send her back that we heard at some of the recent Trump rallies in relation to Ilhan Omar, one Fox host is finally deciding to reluctantly jump off the Trump train. Now, this is Fox News contributor Geraldo Rivera. And he has basically admitted, finally, that it's pretty impossible for him to continue to defend Donald Trump. Oh, no, here's the thing, right? Look, it's impossible now. Oh, so you just finally realized that Donald Trump is indefensible just now. How long have we been at this? How long have we been talking about this? You know what? Tax cuts are a hell of a drug, aren't they? They are. Now, in an interview with the New York Times, Rivera said this, quote, "As much as I have denied it and averted my eyes from it, this latest incident made it impossible." So let me stop there. There's more to that quote, right? But here's the thing. Do you know why he denied it? Oh, because he made millions of dollars a year at Fox News. In fact, since he is Puerto Rican, he makes a lot of money. Now, from Fox News. And why is that? Well, Fox News likes to hire minorities to make fun and crap on other minorities. That's what they do. There's a giant market on the right for people of color to go after other people of color. And considering Rivera's social class, of course, he fit in nicely with all the extremely wealthy white people, so he never had a problem. Now we get to more of his quote. He said, "My friendship with the president has cost me friendships. It has cost me schisms in the family. My wife and I are constantly at odds about the president. I do insist he's been treated unfairly, but the unmistakable words, the literal words he said, is an indication that the critics were much more right than I." Again, have you ever been listening? Yes, sure, you're awake now, right? Where were you the last few years? Where he was saying very similar things. Look, maybe this crossed the line, right? But even so, he says, "Well, I think Donald Trump's been treated very unfairly." How? How has Donald Trump been treated unfairly? He's a complete joke. He got billions of dollars in free media during the 2016 election. Oh, but you don't understand, Jeff. They say bad things about me and hurt my feelings. Oh, is that it? I'm sorry. Are your feelings hurt? Snowflake. But no, here's the thing. Again, Geraldo Rivera has worked. He's been a contributor for Fox News. And he, Fox News has said horrible, untrue things about President Obama. Did any pundit on the right care at all when they were saying such horrible, untrue things about President Obama? Even though he does cede the fact that Trump critics are mostly correct. But again, that really tends to ignore the horribleness that is the current Republican Party. Republicans didn't always used to be like this, right? They actually used to be more sensible. You could actually work with policy, on policy with them, and then something happened. And now they're all horrible. And again, their movement has become less about conservative values and more about owning the libs and jamming up everything that the Democrats put forward, even their own ideas. Even the ACA, which was a Mitt Romney Heritage Foundation conservative health care plan. A Democrat puts that forward, nope, can't have it. Can't have it at all. Middle class tax cuts, like the earned income tax credit, used to be something that Republicans were in favor of massively. Hey, man, look, you work for a living and you still don't make a lot of money. That's okay. We're going to give you a tax credit for working. That is now something that the Republican Party is now against. And the Democratic Party, of course, no, we're the champions of the earned income tax credit. No, that was a Republican idea. And it's not a bad idea, but it's a Republican idea to continue to give out tax credits to everybody instead of do things like, hey, why don't we, give you health care, through a single-payer health care system, or make sure that we fund colleges and universities so, at the state level, so that you don't have to pay such insane tuition and rack up, hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, or the average of about $50,000 in debt. So let's make sure, we do that. But no, that's not what the Republican stands for. They stand for obstruction at this point. And now Geraldo. Now, I don't even think he gets that part. Because what he's trying to do is he's trying to make out Donald Trump to be a singular evil. No, it's Donald Trump that's the problem. It's not the Republican Party that's the problem. No, it's Donald Trump. Donald Trump's the issue. Oh, now is it? No, Donald Trump is a symptom of the disease. It is a symptom of neoliberal economic policy. It is a symptom of massive unchecked racism and the underbelly of, American society that has been stoked by the right wing for decades. Again, you've got to remember that the Republican Party ran on the Southern strategy. So, I mean, look, you want to talk about who started what, and all that, and that's fine. And where Donald Trump actually came from. A lot of it came from right-wing economic policy, and of course, right-wing pundits going on about how this race is bad, or these guys are lazy, or they're coming to take your jobs. All that stuff again traced back to conservatism. So, but anyway, and what's funny is that again, people in Geraldo's social class, they look at all the infighting that's going on right now, and they laugh. And this is all while literal fascists are marching in the street. Now, the reason that Geraldo has turned from Donald Trump, the main reason is that Trump's rhetoric finally got to him. It was about him. He stood by and watched a crowd tell a Somali refugee, not Geraldo, but Trump, to go back to where she came from, while trying to enact Stephen Miller's policy of taking in 0 refugees. That right there, Geraldo, is close to home as you can get. Okay? And you know how Republicans are. They don't care about something until it affects them personally. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TYTNation, set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know how I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent, progressive media.